Today we began our first lesson on the French Revolution. Now, to go over our objectives, students will analyze an historical picture and make inferences from that analysis. Also, students will name the characteristics of the three estates. Now, this is the picture that we analyzed for our lesson today. And here we can see the three different social classes in French society: the clergy, the nobility, and everyone else. The clergy was at the top, though they only made up 1% of the population, which was about 100,000 people. They owned 10% of the land and worked in churches. Next was the nobility, who were 2% of the population, about 400,000 people. They owned about 25% of the land and worked in the courts, government, and as military officers. The last estate was made up of everyone else and accounted for 97% of the population, which was about 26.5 million people. Most of these people were peasants and agricultural workers, but some were members of the bourgeoisie. This group was the middle class, accounted for 8% of the total population, owned 30% of the land, and were lawyers, lower government officials, and prosperous merchants. The biggest difference between these three social classes was that the clergy and the nobility did not have to pay the chief taxes in France. The people in the third estate paid for nearly 100% of the taxes, but they could not afford this. France was in debt because they helped the Americans during the American Revolutionary War. So then the French king tried to increase taxes on the third estate. The people did not like this, and furthermore did not like the social class divisions in France. The old regime carried on from feudal society did not work with the social realities of the 1780s. The French people were moving towards a society based on wealth and education. The people became enlightened, and so also became frustrated by the absolute monarch.